some fake concerns here from our ASU friends that they're saying that Tetairoa McMillan getting 10 catches for 300-plus yards and 4 touchdowns shows that Arizona doesn't have any other wide receivers. No, that is not what that shows. It shows that, guess what? If you're playing New Mexico and you're single covered, you are going to get the football, and you should get it every single time. I would absolutely be I would be very upset if he didn't get the ball every single time.
You take what the defense gives you. And for whatever reason, even though Bronco Mendenhall said they tried everything, but they didn't.
Right.
If T-Mac is single covered with no high safety, I'm taking my chances.
Every single time.
Yeah, I'm like, whatever. And were there plays where he missed wide open guys? Absolutely. And Noah realizes it. Jacory was open a few times on routes that would have been easy touchdowns, and Noah focused in on T-Mac a little bit. That doesn't mean the other guys aren't capable. It means that Noah said to himself, man, this guy has 300 yards. I'm just going to force feed him the ball a little bit.
Yes, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Oh, look what we got in here. The great Kevin Thomas, the prodigious Kevin Thomas. Hello, Kevin Thomas.
Yes, indeed. Hello, everybody. Yeah, I just wanted to add to Jason's point. I think that if Brent Brennan didn't utilize the advantages that Arizona had with T-Mac at the line of scrimmage, people would be criticizing him for that. I think that using T-Mac too much, is that really a thing when he had as many yards and touchdowns as he did? I mean, I would see if he had all these targets and he wasn't putting up the numbers that he did, but he did put up those numbers, and I think that matters. Yeah,
that matters. And again, our good pal Glenn messaged me and said, look at Louisiana Tech, and I'm looking at this right now. He sent me the box score when Troy Edwards caught for 400 yards, and I'm looking at this, and he said, whoa, he spread the ball around. Interesting, but Glenn, you missed something there. Louisiana Tech didn't run the ball. They literally didn't run the ball. If you're not going to run the ball, then I understand you've got to spread it around a little bit. But guess what? They didn't run the ball. Arizona can run the ball. We are going to get to that in just a second, Sheer. But I have no concerns about this whatsoever. I want Arizona. I don't want Arizona to outthink themselves. As a matter of fact, I think it's absurd when you get coaches that do outthink themselves, and they're like, well, we got to go away from T-Mac. We can't keep throwing to him. Why? It's like the coach that you're running the ball and getting 8 yards every time, and then you just stop doing it.
Yeah, it always makes no sense when a coach does that. Like, it's working. Just do it until it stops working. Like, if you play a video game and a play works a couple times, you run that play until it stops working. Like you just do. And I would assume NAU will have a completely different approach against T-Mac. And I will say that I would be concerned if other receivers didn't step up this weekend. My guess is NAU puts like 3 guys on T-Mac and challenges other parts of the offense. But
yes, I would certainly assume that. And if they don't, guess what? We do the exact same thing again. Now, also with T-Mac, I think there were some concerns about, how is he going to look with the foot? We told you during camp the foot is absolutely fine. Listen, this is like I said, this is the best player that I've seen at the U of A in 25 years. He's something you just don't see around here.
If he puts up like 1,300 yards and 13 touchdowns, would you consider putting him up there with McAllister? Or is McAllister your guy?
What is the stat line again?
Like 13 and touchdowns and 1,300 yards.
Yeah, he's right there at that point. I was talking with our buddy Kelvin Efon about this yesterday, and Chris McAllister was the best DB in the country. He was a first-team All-Pro. He was a top 10 pick. Dwayne Aquina still talks about him. Dwayne Aquina's coached many good defensive backs, and he still says that that is the gold standard. But yes, T-Mac is definitely entering that realm. That is how good T-Mac is. I get some people that tell me, they're like, well, what about Gronk? Everybody knew Gronk's potential, but he just wasn't healthy. So,
Gronk's not close because he just didn't do enough in college.
Yeah, he just didn't do enough in college. So I would be okay. I would be okay with that, by the way.
We all silly like the mayor.